This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land is made for you and me.
This land dumping off for the kickstand, rolling through the country, walking tall with the big man. Gotta recognize it's a big land, road tripping, building with my fam, it's a big plan. Full of times, everybody hanging on, still pushing past it all, still standing strong. Shout it out clear, hear the sound of the call, ground, winter, spring, summer, for the harvest in the fall. If we all really got a stake in this land, then we all really gotta set a stake in this land. For the greedy corporations finish taking the land, bring the water from the lake and lay waste to the land. Think about a place for your fam, where your grandkids find a better place in this land. Don't you find out you ended up wasting a chance to make a path to eradicating hate in this land?
And ramble, follow my footsteps to the sparkling sands of a diamond. Hey, good morning. I can restart this song. You read my mind. Someone was saying it's interesting in class. They were talking about the David Wilcock vaporization. I mean, what proof do you have that was even him? Who saw it? The police officers that showed up? Have you seen the videos? I know everything they show you. So according to the Boulder County authorities, he did not vaporize himself. He died by suicide on April 20th at the age of 53. How? I know, remember he kept saying too, he would never commit suicide. They responded to his home near Nederland, Colorado, after a 911 call regarding a mental health crisis. When officers arrived, they encountered Wilcock holding a weapon, and he used the weapon on himself shortly after their arrival. In a statement released, his family stated he was navigating a long struggle with depression and financial debt, and they encouraged more focused attention to mental health care access. No, wasn't he saying he's working out deals with Stavati and they're developing drones and Trump sent him slippers? Right, so I mean, it seems pretty stupid. Just the reporting should tell you a lot as to what we've been saying is true. I don't remember the sick fuck next door when we said David Wilcock's name. He got really pissed off and threw my phone. Why? I know, and then when the psychos and stuff around here are protecting, and keep in mind this is the sick motherfucker that beat up that little boy in the tub, and they want to say that was just a whack. Little brat probably deserved it. This has come out of the mouths of the people protecting that sick fuck. It's on tape. We have it recorded. And we actually did show that to some of the state workers, so we know they know what's going on. We know others already did, and that they couldn't share some information with them, so we made sure to, because we know they can't. Yeah, and have you noticed some of the state workers that were involved with that stuff over the years took off in hiding? They need witness protection. Yeah. Right, and then when you read into what we were just talking about, going back to 97, and Wilcock would reference 97 a lot, his cassette tapes, he talked about the crop circle technology. Why aren't you news people talking about this stuff happening here in America? All day on these news channels, even you Fox News, what the fuck? China, Russia, nuclear weapons. I mean, it's like all this shit that doesn't really pertain to her. Do you know what I mean? What are you doing? Are you trying to fuck the people? Are you that demented? It just doesn't make sense to us, the shit they talk about all day fucking long. I know. Gutfield talked about Schumer's fart. Fabulous. It wasn't a whoopee cushion. No, it wasn't. It could have been. Is that a suggestion that it's time to cut the cheese? Mm-hmm. Say it fast. Cut the cheese. What? What's a cuthagy? A cuth? Are you saying cuth? Cuthagy? Cut the cheese, cut the cheese. Couth. Chutney. Is that the same as pate? Or what the heck is chutney? That's what it says on the question block. What the heck is chutney? It is a condiment or spread made from chopped fruit, cooked with vinegar, spices, and sometimes sugar that can be preserved fresh. That can be served fresh or preserved. It's often associated with Indian cuisine. Chutney. So it's like a bruschetta, pate type thing. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just, I guess, depending on what part of the world you're in. Right, like Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Loup-garou, Loch Ness. And you can see it's all the same thing. It's just depending on where you are. Like Bigfoot wouldn't have worked over there. Loch Ness Monster, that works. You have a sighting. It's a submarine spy ship. Oh, Nelly. Oh. What do you say? Cuthagy? Cuthagy. I don't think that's a word. Cuth. Okay, so now I'm in another language. Cut hedgy. Kifijis. Okay, is that Russian? What? I cannot read this. Darts Berlang. What's this doing? This website uses a security service to protect against malicious bots. I need to verify I'm a human to go into this one. Why? Darts Barlang. Where did I put that 1 second? Okay, so I got this. I'm gonna just take a picture and send it to you so you see what I'm talking about. Zucchini.
This land is your land. It's yours. It's my land. It's mine. This land is your land, or so it's claimed. But when they came here, it already had a name. And the people that they brought here also had the same. Assume the land is yours, but also take the blame. For native blood spilled, tribes that fell ill, and became the foundation for this country that was built by the slaves that were killed in the fight for their freedom. Don't pretend that your ancestors didn't need them. So this land made now belongs to all of us. Whatever your race, whatever God you trust. Rural towns to a smaller metropolis. Every single person that's part of the populace. Sing from the valleys, yell from the towers. Soldiers with rifles, hippies holding flowers. Rebuild the system, reclaim the power. If this land is yours, it's certainly ours.
It's Sunday morning, in the shadow of the steeple, by the ringing pulpit, I saw my people as they stood hungry. I stood there wondering if this land was made for you and me. There was a big old wall there, it tried to stop me. On the sign it said private property, but on the backside it didn't say nothing. 'Cause this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
Yeah, this land jumping off of the kickstand, rolling through the country, walking tall with the big man. Gotta recognize it's a big land, road tripping, building with my fam, it's a big plan. Full of towns, everybody hanging on, still pushing past it all, still standing strong. Shout it out clear, hear the sound of the call ground. Winter, spring, summer, for the harvest in the fall. If we all really got a stake in this land, then we all really gotta set a stake in this land. For them greedy corporations finish taking the land, bring the water from the lake and lay waste to the land. Think about a place for your fam, where your grandkids find a better place in this land. Don't you find that you ended up wasting the chance to make a path to eradicating hate in this land?
And ramble, follow my footsteps to the sparkling sands of a diamond desert. All around me, the voice was shouting, saying this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
Is that true? Is that a real story? That's horrible.
Sun comes shining, and now it's rolling.
Oh my gosh. Heartbreaking, alright. Wow. Career criminal takes the life of former Team USA figure skater and Starbucks drive-thru. 28-year-old Gabrielle Sam Linehan, a former Team USA synchronized skater and beloved coach, was waiting in her car at a St. Louis Starbucks when Keith Lamon Brown walked up. According to police and the New York Post, Brown was caught on our surveillance video wearing a high visibility vest and helmet when he walked up to Lionhand's car, ordering her to raise her hands before shooting the defenseless woman. So death penalty, right? He then stole her bank cards and driver's license before fleeing on foot. Lionhand was rushed to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. That's interesting. They put a star for the letter E in the word dead. Asterisk. Brown, 58, is a career criminal with a rap sheet dating back to the 80s that includes lengthy prison sentences for robbery and armed criminal action. He was free on parole and wanted for 2 other armed robberies in the days prior, all while wearing the same high-vis vest and helmet. You know, I think a lot of people, too, over the years, when they see a lot of the capabilities and technologies that we have just in prevention, training, education, awareness, and the capabilities with those things and how they're using it for their own personal addictions and targeting of innocent citizens, and a lot of this shit's going on, and they're using those people with records and stuff, mental illnesses. I'm telling you, when you see how clockwork it is with a lot of these lines, a lot of them I think have been seeing that too, and it probably angers a lot of them, and they're looking at those people like, hold on, you just spend this much money and this much time tracking and analyzing these people for what? Right? It's like the pettiest shit. And when they see that those people are also a threat to them because they're non-vaxxers, what else? It's not just being a non-vaxxer, it's when, you know, there's different case studies and people that are liabilities to them for different reasons, and targets. We're targets of criminals and druggies that feel like because of us, yeah, a lot of their drug operations over the years, a lot of them have been thrown in and out of jail, and we become targets of those people. And the state people and others look for those sick fucks. I'm telling you right now, they use each other. That's why we say they lick each other's assholes and cut each other's throats. So a lot of the people who fund and understand these things are also, you know, get involved with some of the investigations, I'm sure, sometimes at those levels. Right, when you have the tracing and the tracking stuff we were talking about, I mean, that involves a lot of people, right? For the networks, for the drops, for all of that stuff. From the menial things to the more advanced things. Many get caught up in the menial things, like the hazing and the tating games and the gaslighting and the land grabs and the political stuff and the crowd-funded bullshit. Fear propaganda. So scary to us. I can't believe it over the years. And I think, too, how like, we could have been dead a long time ago and then we wouldn't even know. We would have died in whatever awareness, horror, nightmare, knowing our children are being fucked and tortured. So a lot of the people and experts we work with, they teach about disassociation to help people in these kind of situations. Right, when you know what you know and then you're surrounded by sick fucks and people that want to laugh in your face and call you a conspiracy theorist, say you're just jealous. Yeah, you had a bunch of druggies protecting their drugs and crimes over the years. And then when you have some of those people getting involved with the abuse and the feeding out of child and animal pornography to these lines. Alex Jones, do you want to help educate people about that, or scream out about maggots and eating babies? Lizard people. How childish and stupid. Yeah, blame it on the rain. It's nobody's fault. So that's why a lot of people over the years, you try to go into the school systems, and then when you look at what we dealt with people on the school board and the main parent federation in 2008, it was really scary. But when you see the experts and doctors and people we were working with at that time, and the harassment we were getting about not vaccinating our second child in 2009, and what we had already dealt with And we've been going through Lyme treatment, and really incredible. All the things we were dealing with, the investigations with Fred Wheeler, the landlord that had a case opened with the DOJ. What else? The private investigator who shot himself in 2009, that stuff going on. He'd been talking about the Mayans, and what they did to him still needs to be addressed. No, just, I mean, the whole situation, whatever happened. I don't know, they say he went crazy, he was talking about the Mayans, like that David Wilcock dude. Why? Was he lost in a psychosis and talking about curses? Yeah, and those same people are the ones that say the little toddler that sick fuck beat up in the tub probably deserved it. It was just a little brat, probably deserved it. It was just a whack. Huh. I know, when you start putting the dots together and how the activist people and druggies and pedos really love those people and have been using those advancements in technologies thinking that they're helping. We told them in 2010, the private investigator who shot himself in 2009, that's exactly what a lot of them were trying to bring awareness to. So sad and scary. Yeah, just look at who his girlfriend at the time, my sister, who went down to Florida. I know, remember when we told you too about those microchips and the abuse going on? Is it fake? See how it blends in, and those punks and the people, I mean, it's not. I mean, when you think about a lot of the ones doing the fake stuff, yeah, the lifestyles and the abuse a lot of the children in their presence go through is sick and disturbing, and they medicate them and then get them help in the rehab systems. I know and those people really want to help those children, right? So it's getting a lot of funding, and they knew that's what was going to happen. And look at what they did to their children over the years and getting them medicated, making them display certain symptoms. I'm telling you right now, we got it all documented. You people are fucked, sick, evil, sadistic pieces of shit. What happened to Charlie?
And the way it feels waving.
Yeah, I hope so.
Dust clouds rolling. The voice was chanting as the fog was lifting, saying, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and
me. Susan Collins was the deciding vote for Trump's Supreme Court justices who overturned Roe v. Wade. States are
Yeah, I really hope they get the death penalty. A stands accused of first-degree murder. The U is an asterisk. Multiple counts of armed criminal action, first-degree robbery, and unlawful possession of a firearm. This is what happens when career predators are repeatedly released back onto our streets. How many more innocent lives will be lost before we stop putting the rights of repeat offenders ahead of public safety? Just some of them, though. Yeah, they can use those people, you know. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please. What's that you say? Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? Our nation turns its lonely heads to you. Woo, woo, woo.
I never really understood the type that take the time to write on shit that they don't even like. I appreciate the numbers.
What's that you say, Mrs. Robinson? Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey,
Oh,
hey,
you
hey.
think that you know me, you don't know shit about me, homie. I'm on a cliff hanging over, I'm so Sylvester Stallone. I got a problem with people drinking and smoking without inviting me over. To me, that shit's just provoking. Oh yeah, I'm on the good one, I won't come down. Going around in my stomping ground, eyes closed, yeah, heads bobbing. I care not about no problem, yeah. You don't know nothing about me, you don't know nothing. You don't know shit about me, homie, I'll tell you something. You don't know nothing about me, you don't know nothing. You don't know shit about me, homie, I'll tell you something.
Hold on, wait. Okay. I got bars and bars like I'm serving shots. Star to stars and forget-me-nots. Got trees and spliffs that I like to puff, and I French inhale when they've had enough. Got a squad of models that I split in half. Face like a 10, legs like a giraffe, and a Cadillac. Got a bender ass, smoking on some good Teddy Pendergrass. Really can't fuck with the main flow. That shit, keep your body in the main goals. Always want pot, do I look like a rainbow? No. Are we made from the same clothes? No. Can we rock at the same shows? No. Can I at least get a hey bro, maybe? I'm any better man, can't find a better man. You are a rookie, I am a veteran. I am the efferent. Stay on your medicine, your girlfriend is here, gotta let her in.
You don't know nothing about me, you don't know nothing. You don't know shit about me, homie, I'll tell you something. You don't know nothing about me, you don't know nothing. You don't know shit about me, homie, I'll tell you something. You don't know nothing about me, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing about me, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing about me, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing about me, you don't know nothing.
Tonight is the one night a year single people are allowed to have sex.
You're not gonna believe me, but nothing you could say would convince me to have sex with you.
Hey,
Gotcha, God. One night only. I'll be sick.
What a waste of good space. Give it to him. Which one? Yeah, check it out.
I got an open mind, like a golden child. You try to go for points, I try to go for style. I do my city pride, I try to keep it wild. Ichiban, wicked one, Okinawa loud. I drink Guinnesses and go to dinner with my nemesis. Have a couple laughs while they plot how to finish this. Interested on how to get up on the wizard list. Senseless, you sense I'm the sensei apprentices. Oh, I just off up in the cut, huh? Who you trying to play but us, huh? Like a DJ turning stuff. Who you trying to fool? We all know that shit's a plug. Yeah.
Harry fucking Henderson.
Catch me in the mood. I ain't too cool for back and shit. Stoners on the news. Call that shit a hippie. We just keep them going. This shit's just my starter kit. I'm on a good one, real fucking good one. People feeling friendly. Yeah, I'm talking weed up. I'm talking about me.
And the target list has expanded, and they haven't really looked at dual-use targets like civilian and military use bridges or the power grid or sewer, all that stuff. The stuff that, as I said, just
onto it on your cell phones, and use an internet browser even on your cell phones or iPads to connect with the internet, with the website at this time. So Victor, I know the Iran war is picking up. It seems that Donald Trump has escalated even beyond what he's done before, so he's hitting him pretty hard, although he's not talking about hitting him pretty hard, which is what I'm happy to hear. But I was wondering your thoughts on the current state of the Iran war.
Well, I think he's surprising everybody that it's 4 or 5 consecutive nights and the target list has expanded, and they haven't really looked at dual-use targets like civilian and military use bridges or the power grid or sewer, all that stuff. The stuff that, as I said earlier, Bill Clinton hit in Serbia and Obama hit to a lesser degree, but he did hit dual-use TV stations, port facilities in Libya. And they're surprised, everybody's surprised there's so many targets. I mean, 150 strikes, 200 strikes, and you look at some of the footage and it's pristine boathouses with these little mosquito boats go in and out. There are factories that were making missile propellant. So I guess the question is, why didn't we do it a lot earlier? And I think now in retrospect, that 38 days of bombing, then that was followed by almost 50 days of just negotiations that were futile. Except I'm willing to grant the idea that the United States wanted to talk and went through that whole exhaustive process. It was like sort of the Vietnamese peace talks that went on for years before they got anywhere, and then they didn't get anywhere anyway. But I guess it shows the world that Trump did not want to just bomb gratuitously. So what is the strategy now? The strategy now is to deny them the ability to hurt people in the Middle East. And that means especially the Gulf states. They're sending rockets in there at a furious pace. I don't know quite their strategy. You know, Qatar was an ally of Iran, quasi-ally, and they're hitting all of these Arab oil exporters. And I think the U.S. strategy is, we had really great news on inflation. It was historically low. The jobs growth was okay, but the unemployment rate was really good. And GDP is well over 2%. Stock market's at record highs. Gas was down to $3.20 a gallon on average, and the price of oil was down to $70. Even below, it's gone up now to 80. So I guess what he was saying is the economy is so intrinsically rebounding and strong with the tax cuts and deregulation of foreign investment that he still thinks that he can hit really hard, and that the world is already accustomed to the turmoil, and so the markets won't be too skittish, and people have already made arrangements to get around the Straits of Hormuz, whether they're increased volume through pipelines to the Gulf of Oman or the Red Sea, or new ideas to go to the Mediterranean and Venezuela oil, our oil, Russian oil. So that we're in a better position than we were in February and March as far as the economy. So here's the strategy. Try to, in the next 10 to 15 days, hit them so hard that they're not going to be able to withstand it. And that may entail, if he gets through the checklist of military targets hitting dual use bridges and things, and then say to the Middle East, you people in the Gulf have 600 airplanes, jet fighter combat aircraft. They have none. So why don't you just patrol and deter them, and we'll help you. We'll have our normal Persian Gulf, but we're not going to be here forever and to go home. He's also saying that if you cut off the head of the snake, then why are you having all these installations in Iraq just to monitor the Shia? It's time for the Iraqis to step up and say, you know what, you either drop your weapons and join the Iraqi army or get out. So I think that's a winning strategy, is to hit them very, very, very hard for a week or two, so that, and I mean really hard, and then show the world that they're militarily, politically impotent. Then get out, keep the sanctions on, continue to talk with them, and you can really close this straight to them, open it to everybody else, given their sorry condition in which they are, and then let them stew in their own juice. And then tell the Iranian people, we did our part. We emasculated this oppressive regime, and they're going to try to spend any money they can get a hold of to rearm and not help you, so go to it and maybe arm them. But don't stay there, or don't use ground troops, and don't get engaged, for another month or two. It's time to hit them very, very hard.
We're
and
doing
get
a
out.
leg check.
I'm kind of a broken record.
So yeah, that is
we still
doing
have
much
7
better.
We still have
Thank you
6
for
months.
asking.
We still
So
have
I'm going to
5
show
months.
you. I
We
think
don't even
you'll
have
be
4
pretty
months.
impressed with the results
So
on
it's
that
gotta
part
be
anyways.
accelerating.
Right,
And they
so
are hurting
here's
them
my
very
right
badly.
leg.
They have no air.
So
They have no
that's
air
looking a lot
force.
better
They
there.
have no missile defense. They don't really have a conventional navy. They just have these little boats, and they're taking them
Yeah,
out.
I thought
And
so,
now,
too.
most importantly, they bombed the rail link to China and Russia overland. So if you patrol what comes
It's
into
way,
Iran, they won't get
way
anything.
better
I don't know what they can do in
than
the
it
Caspian
used to
Sea
be.
by sea, but they should go after those ports on
Yeah,
Iranian
it's much
soil
better. Thank you.
as well. Cut them off completely. And then the new narrative is
Yeah,
that
so
the
this
people
one
of
over here, I
Iran
know this
supposedly
is the
turned out
you're
20
interested
million
in more
strong
so
out
on
of
my
90
left
million
side.
at these
So
regional
yeah, this is
funeral
doing much better. Can you see how that
services
starts
for
to
Khomeini,
cool?
and so we're told that they're on
Yeah.
the side of the theocracy now, that Iranian nationalism is stronger than their hatred
Right,
of
so I mean, it comes and it goes. Yeah, I've had this issue for years. They wanted me to have a
but even
vein
it still doesn't
surgery
change things.
when I was.
And then there's one other wild
Yeah,
card.
it does.
If you'd said 5 years ago that Iran was going to send missiles into the heart of Islam, the guarantor
no, it's
of the
okay.
holy cities of
It's fine.
Mecca,
I know some
Medina,
people get
Saudi
really
Arabia,
worried. And we're
but
working
also
with good
Kuwait,
doctors, don't worry.
Oman,
Yeah, no, it's totally
Qatar,
fine.
UAE, Emirate, all that. But they wouldn't dare send them into Israel. In fact, Israel
At over 45 streaming
Israel is
services,
sending their
all the
expertise, intelligence, and missile defense to help the Gulf states. So Iran is basically saying, I'm at war with fellow Muslim nations that are being helped to fight me by the Jews in Israel, but I'm scared to death to send one missile to Israel, because they haven't sent a missile. And you know what's going to happen? What's happening right now, the Israeli intelligence are telling the Americans, they're not going to tell them everything. But
Yeah,
they're
so it's
saying, this
doing
is our
much better.
B
So
list,
as you can
should
see,
go after them.
part two.
As far as the A list,
Yeah, and
that's
if
our
I just,
turn.
you
And if they send one missile to Israel, it's going to be a nightmare. And then, of course, I think Trump's going to have to drop the Lebanon trope. That came from domestic pressure, that everybody said that they destroyed Lebanon. The Israelis took it, where they were dealing with Hamas, they took all of those missiles, thousands of them, coming from Hezbollah into northern Israel, and they had to evacuate hundreds of thousands of people. And then they went into medieval forts and places, and they found these Hamas-like North Korean-built tunnels, vast repositories of arms, and they're trying to clean that out. But if you cut off the head of the snake in Iran, they're not going to have any money to do that. You have to
just over the years, different accidents, and bacterial overloads.
You can't,
Had a surgery on my right foot there. As you can see, yeah, my right toe is way bigger than my
they're
left
trying
toe.
to
That
save
is,
face by having
well, when I was a kid, I
Hezbollah
think
from Israel.
that is one thing that caused that initial injury there. It seemed like after that, my right toe was always bigger.
You go get them out of Lebanon.
No, the kids were
But I wouldn't
swinging on a
recommend it.
playground swing set. and it had the
Isn't
metal
VD
bars that
being,
went down into the
somewhat,
ground to hold it in place. And when they were pumping the
provocative
swings
in
really
his
hard,
recent,
one of the metal
press
bars
interviews
was
and those
pumping
types
up
of
in and
things.
out of
So
the
I think he's
ground. It was
trying to
coming
get
out
the
just a
Iranians
couple
to hit
inches,
them.
you know.
Well, they insult.
And I was
they
just
always
standing
promise
there,
death and
and I
destruction,
thought,
death and
I don't know
destruction,
why I
death
did it.
and
I was a
destruction.
kid,
We're
like
gonna kill
7
the
or
Jews. We're
8.
gonna kill Israel. You're a
And I
one-bomb
stuck
state.
my
Da, 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 da.
foot
You just
underneath
say,
the thing to see if I could
well, then
pull it in
do
and
it.
out
Do
before it
something.
went back down.
See what
Like,
happens
did
to
you?
you. And they
I
have
don't know.
had
I
months to
don't know why I
regroup.
did this. It was
So you
stupid.
can imagine that
Well,
their
anyways, I didn't
GPS
pull it out
bombs,
fast
their missile,
enough.
everything is back
And my
up to
toe.
snuff. So what he's basically saying,
It almost took my toe off. I'm surprised.
we've got a lot of
that I
targets.
still
Their
have it.
targets are different than ours. I don't know if it's
horrible.
because of our reluctance to have targeted
But internally,
assassinations.
you know what
Obama
I
didn't
mean?
have it yet. 500
Because
Predator
I had the
assassinations
thick socks
on the Pakistani
and those
Afghan border, but
jelly shoes.
you get the impression that the taking
Those
out
thick jelly
individuals
shoes?
in the Revolutionary Guard are going to be left to the Israelis, and they know it.
Right, so
they're left to the
anyways,
Israelis because we don't have people inside Iran.
I screamed,
in the
and
government.
when I screamed,
Even
they stopped
Ahmadinejad,
swinging.
the Prince of Darkness,
So
for
it didn't
years,
come back
and
up out of the
former
ground.
head
And
of
my
Iran,
toe was stuck under there, and they ran over
the
and
elected
had to pull it
Prime
up
Minister Dash
out of the
president.
ground.
He's now reported he's been an Israeli collaborator. He's under house arrest.
I know.
So
it's
that
actually
shows you how
gotten better.
deeply they were embedded within that regime, and they knew exactly where these people are. Because they're hated. They're hated by rivals. They're hated by friends. They're hated
Yes,
by the people.
thank you.
So they
Doing
are
that really helped, too.
communicating with the Mossad, who must be inside Iran, and telling them where these people are at any given day.
Yeah, a lot of the
So they don't really
doctors
care
and different people that have
about
worked with us
offending
over the
United
years
States
are
or having new
quite
tit for
impressed
tat,
with our progress.
fighting that
I know,
will
then you have
damage
other
the
people that
country and
literally
hurt
want to
the people.
nitpick
What they're scared about
at
are
every
themselves.
little thing.
They do not want to get in a war where they're all going to get killed. Forget about all
Right.
the rhetoric about
It's insane.
paradise
It's
and
insane,
72
actually,
virgins
what they've
and all
been
that
doing
stuff.
to a lot of people
They
that
know
have
that
already
if they get
been
the Israelis
through a lot of
in, a lot of the
traumatizing
people in the Revolutionary
situations
Guard
and injuries and
the
accidents
theocracy and the military are going to
very
die.
scary situations when it
So
comes
they're
to
running
these
things
drug
in that
investigations and
Guard, and they
trying to
don't
find
want
out who
Israeli.
killed Kennedy,
So
you know.
BB can be as provocative as he wants to. All right, Victor, let's welcome back a sponsor.
This
if you've
is
studied enough history,
it's
you start to see a
719
pattern.
here.
Nations don't lose their way
This
overnight.
is
They
Victor
drift
Davis
into debt
Hansen
and
and the
division
Daily
until one
Signal.
day
It's
you
live right
realize
now.
the foundations you
803
thought were permanent were never
watching.
permanent at all.
Started
Today,
19
America is
minutes
spending
ago.
at levels once reserved for wartime. We've normalized deficits that would have stunned earlier generations, and
They're
policymakers
live
now
right now.
debate
Well, they
whether
recorded
the
at
only path
3.
forward
They usually
is
record
more
2 or 3
intervention,
days
more
in
printing,
advance
more
and then
distortion.
post
But
it
here's
live.
the
So the
historical
chat
truth.
is live.
Every
Right?
society
How
that
that
pushes
works.
its currency beyond
I think
discipline
that's really
eventually
cool.
paid a price. The wise never waited for collapse. They
I think
prepared
that's
for the
awesome, and I
correction.
think it's
That's
like
why
kind of a
so
good
many
idea,
thoughtful Americans,
'cause
especially those
then
nearing retirement or
when
in retirement, are reallocating
the
part of their
live
wealth
post,
into
like,
something that
he
has
could be watching it
outlasted
right now
every
and
paper
joining in on the
experiment in
chat.
human history. Physical
In a
gold,
pen name.
not as speculation,
cool is
but
that?
as insulation. Our reputation matters here at Victor
A lot
Davis
of people
Hansen,
do
in his
that.
own
It's
words, which is
nothing.
why we've partnered
Right.
with Allegiance
I know, I love it when they
Gold,
try to
a
say, oh,
company
that's like
distinguished by
being
integrity, reliability, and
maniacal
plus
or
rating
this
at
or
the
that. The
Better
ones that
Business
say that
Bureau.
crap are
For
the
years,
ones
they've guided
doing
Americans
some really
through
horrific,
transparent
nasty,
education
nosy,
and
Nelly
long-standing
stuff and
relationships
getting
built
people
on trust.
killed.
And right now,
What are
they're
you talking?
extending
I
a
know, and
special
it's like just the
liberty offer
fact that
to
they try
our
to come
listeners
down
to
on
help
people like
you
that.
get started with real
Like, they'll
gold.
try to find anything.
Whether your funds are
Why?
in a retirement account or sitting in the bank, if you believe, as we do, that the
Why
best
would
time
it
to
be a
reinforce
threat
your
to them?
position is before the storm becomes
If
obvious.
people like
Call
that
844-790-9191.
call them out on their bullshit, which they
That's
do, and I think they kind of see that they do in so many
844-790-9191.
words and ways just
Or
by
visit
simply talking about certain
protectwithvictor.com.
subjects.
Again,
and-
that's 844-790-9191.
Yeah, sometimes how a lot of things
or
can be taken
again,
either way, right?
844-790-9191 or protectwithvictor.com.
Even what seems like an
You can get
insult
online.
could just be
History rewards those that take
a
the long
statement,
view.
just
So
joshing
go
you.
get the special Liberty offer from Allegiance Gold, and thank
Right.
you to
You
the
say
people
that
at
to one
Allegiance Gold
person,
for
it's an
sponsoring
insult. You say
the
it to
Victor
somebody
Davis
else,
Hansen
it's funny.
Show. So, Victor, I wanted to just turn for 1 second. I know you and Jack
I
talked
know.
about
These
Lindsey
are
Graham.
easy things to learn.
You
These
had a
are some
comment.
of
I
the
want to
kind
bounce
of
this from a
basic
comment somebody made.
human
It wasn't
education
almost
we've
all
been
the
trying to get
comments
into
are
the public school
100% very
systems for.
positive, but this
Oh,
one,
man.
this is very light. He said, "Who else
I think
here
it was
thought
the
Victor was going to
90s.
talk about a Lindsey
Don't
Graham
blind me.
lasting legacy?" And that just I liked that just because it
Oh, thank
sparked
you, dear.
my
Thank
memory
you.
that Lindsey Graham didn't enrich himself in office, and he was often talking over
You're welcome. Oh, I'm gonna
over the fence with
stop
both
this
sides,
and
both
post it.
parties.
I actually forgot
and
the
I
phone
think
one was
that
still
maybe
running.
that is
Well, I have the
a
laptop
significant
and
lasting
the
legacy.
Yeah, I
phone
think there was
one
3
going,
things he did
and the phone takes a
that
while
everybody should be
to
thankful for.
download. For
Number
some
one,
reason,
had
the
you not
laptop
had
is
that,
really fast. My tablet is the next
meltdown,
fastest,
I don't
and
mean
my
that in a
phone is
negative
the
fashion,
slowest.
when he was chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee in charge of the Judge Kavanaugh
All right,
hearing,
thank you.
Kavanaugh would not have been confirmed. It was, as I said, it was have you no shame, Joseph Welch moment, McCarthy moment, and the Army Council moment. And second, he resisted the ongoing tide in the Republican base, the Tucker Carlson base, perhaps maybe JD, to completely disown Ukraine and to hedge on Israel. You know, when JD, whom I like and respect, but when he said Israel can't kill its way out of this, that was a reflection that the Thomas Massey base, Candace, all those people were sick of the war and blamed Israel. But he doubled down and said, no, we're not going to abandon Israel. He said that right the whole time, and he said we're not going to abandon Ukraine. I think Ukraine's very dangerous because Russia's nuclearly armed. But there was no question that Russia is the aggressor, and to the extent we can save Ukraine, we should try to do that. But that was the second thing that he did. So he saved the Kavanaugh nomination and maybe the conservative court, and he stopped the drift in the Republican Party that was parallel to the Democrats' drift, at least on Israel. And then third, he had said a lot of really harsh things about Trump in 2015. And Trump, remember, in that famous press conference, said, this guy is talking to me, and then he calls me up and he wants to, kiss up to me, and here's his phone number, and well, that would have got a lot of people, hysterical. But he made his peace with Trump. The left said, he sold out. I thought that was so funny. Think about that. The left said they sold out. So if you're a leftist and you oppose your rival, because he was running for president then, and then you make up with him, then you're a sellout? Or is it only Lindsey Graham? So that was important, that he was a bridge between Trump and the mainstream Senate Republican. And Mitch McConnell had failed that. Mitch McConnell said after January 6th, rightly or wrongly, he said, I'm glad that I won't repeat it, SOB got what he deserved. And he was done with him. And they fought all the time, and Mitch didn't have to do that. He could have said whatever you want to say, his judicial appointments are great, and I partnered with him, but he alienated Trump, and Lindsey Graham didn't. The only thing that's really regrettable about that, he was a single man in Washington, and there had always been rumors that he was gay, which he denied, and there's no proof that he was or if it mattered. But after he died, all of these leftist sex workers, without any evidence, have come out claiming they had liaisons with him. And it's an orchestrated effort to smear his legacy, and what they're saying is terrible about him. And this is coming from the supposed gay-friendly, homophilic community who says that, Republicans are always disparaging people because they're gay and they're homophobes and transphobes. And these people are really going after him. And they're saying he's a hypocrite because he didn't come out and say, I'm gay, and I'm in South Carolina.
Would it be legal or allowed to make a quick ad? Hey kids, a lot of you people here on YouTube watching all these prescription drug ads with these cool people that look like they're so healthy and beautiful and well taken care of. Boom! Key symptom works for my MS symptoms, you sick fucks. Right, so anyways, come at me, bitches. You sick, nasty pieces of shit. Can we make a quick ad that says, hey folks, you know, I've noticed they're making a lot of dangerous advertisements about dangerous prescription drugs. We'll focus today on MS symptoms and this boom key symptom that they're promoting. So you can go ahead and do that if you want for what you think are MS symptoms. No, I know they're real. It's real symptoms. So here are a list of websites and options of natural and holistic options and treatments and diets and a whole host of fun things and groups and networks of good people that you can talk to and share your journey with. You know, it's good to be in the space of like-minded people, isn't it? Yeah. We gotta make it quicker though. You need a quick ad. So like, hey folks, we've noticed they've been making a lot of dangerous prescription drug ads to treat MS symptoms, migraines. They're promoting Botox to them for fucking migraine symptoms and stuff. You gotta take out the vulgar language, so edit to make it appropriate, family friendly. Yeah, you need appropriate attire, right? Bad day's gonna get better. So yeah, here's a list of healthy spaces you can venture to if you're interested in a more safe, healthy way that you can treat those same symptoms. And you can learn about what actually causes those symptoms. You know, many have extenuating circumstances like your broken arm. How'd you get your broken arm? Falling out of a tree? So no more climbing trees, okay, people? Is that how we cure this symptom of broken arms? Well, they said that's how they got their broken arm. Take a look. Look, are you gonna lie? Are you gonna say this poor broken armed victim is lying about their injury? Oh my God. We need to stop people from climbing trees before this happens again. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up, you stupid, nasty fucking pieces of shit. How'd you get your broken arm? Car accident. So no more riding in cars, or you got hit by a drunk driver. Okay, so well, there's another whole pocket of sunshine, isn't it?
All I needed was towels.
Oh, you noticed the H was dropped there. Did I say shin or chin? Shin? Shin. Chin. Shin chin. Shin shovel. Stick a wishbone in your fucking eye, you nasty fuck. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Because you's a goddamn liar. That's why. Bye-bye. Pack your shit and get the fuck out. No. Because you's a goddamn liar. You must have lost. How about you? How'd you get your broken arm? You fell down a mountain. Weren't you wearing your hiking shoes? How do we prevent this from happening? So, no more climbing trees, no more hiking, no more drinking, no more driving cars. No, this is the mentality they run on, folks. And anybody who doesn't want to agree with them is dangerous. Just wants to let everybody run amok. Right, Bette Midler? Right, Bette Midler? Need I remind you? Need I remind you? For real. Cher. Maria Shriver. There's a good trio for you. Go ahead, take a look, junior investigators. Okay, here, I'll give you 3 to go along with that, okay? Sally Jesse Raphael. Maury Povich. Donahue. Geraldo. I could keep going. Sean Penn. Tom Hanks. Did they find Wilson? Wilson's dead. He lost his head, never to come back again. He made his deathbed. You! Hanks. Hanks, everybody, Hanks. Joe versus the volcano. Who's gonna win? My money is on the volcano. Every time. You can't beat lava. You can't. You may think you can, Thomas, but you can't. Nope, you can't. No, you can't. You know, one day, we were using these analogies and I was like, you cannot make hot water come out of the cold spout. And they went ahead and did it. I turned on the fucking cold water one day. It got hot. It was like, motherfuckers. You want to sew your mouth shut? Hold on to your lug nuts. Come on, Ferris Bueller. Melody. Horatio. Cuthbert. Cuthbert. Dr. Greenway. It's an old Abbott and Costello movie, Time of Their Lives. You should watch it. I think it's free on YouTube. It's such a good movie. That was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. How many times did we watch that? Probably 1,000 times on that frickin' VCR. You remember when that dude at Delta Video took forever to clean our VCR? Delta Video was this little video store that was run out of someone's house out in Windsor. It was like Windsor Whitefield area. Yeah, like Chelsea, if you're heading out that way, past Togus, yes. It depends on which way you're coming from. Get somewhere. The other way is Waldo County. Don't want to go to Waldo County. A lot of backfires, huh? Huh, Clinton? Connect the dots, folks. I'm trying to help you the best I can. I don't know. It'll pop up. You start looking into the other things and you go, oh, I see why they put those things together. It's like a trifecta. Don't wind up. You can call it a rabbit hole. Yeah, I know. It's a famous one, Alice. Through the Looking Glass, Pandora's Box. Yeah. Matrix. Never Never Land. Pixie Dust. Fern Gully. Land of the Lost. Fuck off. Love you. No more suits and ties, only real people. I'm gonna let you know. And then I'll let you know.
And what that means to the Democratic Party, and this has been going on, they have no margin of error when they lose that great of a demographic. So they have to pander to the DEI. So the black, BLM, da 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 da, La Raza, open borders, and then that only further, that 66% used to be 52, 58, each election it goes up. So they're in a doom loop. So they've decided that they've got to come up with a Bill Clinton solution. And that is, how do you win back 50%? They'll never get over 50%. And they're losing them because their agenda, they won't change. We love illegal immigrants. We want open borders. We're going to have a new democratic majority. Demography is destiny. No cash bail. Trans everywhere. You know, abortion to the moment of birth. Green New Deal, war on fossil fuel. All of those are 3070 issues. So they don't want to change the issues. They just won't do it. And they know they have to. So they came up with another solution. It's an old solution. Let's find working white class male candidates. But there are none, really, that are genuine, that want that agenda or want to hang out with them. Remember, these people they're not. They talk about oligarchs and billionaires. This is the party of oligarchs and billionaires. I'm talking about their donor class. Who are their donor class that funds all this left wing? It's Melinda Gates, the bitter divorced wife that's worth $100 billion. It's Mackenzie, is that her name? Bezos, who was dumped, also embittered. She's got $75 or $80 billion, and she's a big left-wing donor. And then there was Jeffrey Epstein. He was a big donor. There was, of course, Bill Gates. There were the Soros manifestations, all of their secret little funds. There was this nut in China, Neville Singman. There was our friend, my neighbor for a while at campus, Bankman-Fried. He was a big donor, the biggest in the midterms a few years ago. And so they have and then there's Lisa Jobs, another widow, and the money is all predictable. It's either they inherited it from their husband in a divorce, or he died. That's Lisa Jobs.